So I'm actually only here for a short while today, just to complain, just to complain a little. So I am not sure how many of you actually have done any work in Guyana in terms of how much money you have to send through places like MoneyGram and how many. And I'm just here for a short time, just to gripe on MoneyGram and them not honoring when you send funds overseas. But anyway, there's a holdup on my project, and the reason for the holdup, it's simply because I can't get any money to the lumber yard. The MoneyGram told them plain and straight that because they wanted to know why is it that I'm sending so much money to the wife and to the contractors, to the folks that I'm sending to, period. And so they explained that I was doing a project and that I was building a business. And for whatever reason, which I never knew, I mean, we know that there's money laundering laws and there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but I would think that once you have explained that there is a project happening, and you're building a home, or you're building a small business, or you're building whatever it is that you're building, that the monies would be honored in terms of you sending it. I mean, you're sending this money. A lot of times you're paying sometimes close to $200 in service fees just to send the money. Only to hear once it gets to places like Guyana, well, I can speak for Guyana, that pretty much they're pretty peed off of giving out so much money all at one time. Like, what does it matter that you have to give out the money to the people who it is that is designated to get it? It should be that the money is sent, and you should have enough money that the people should pick up, and you other customers can still get service without a problem. If you run out of money in your business, that means you're not doing something right. Because if you're expecting that everyone is going to send $100, $200, or $50 or whatever, you've got bad principles in terms of your business. So not everyone is going to send that amount, and not everyone is going to send that amount every single time. There are people that want to actually do business there. So I'm griping because my project cannot continue. One is, let me tell you what's happening. So one of the problem that I'm having is Western Union. I actually had some charges on my account. Don't know how in the world these crooks listen. This world is a complete utter mess. I had like four charges on my Western Union account. On my, well, on my bank account. I'm with that particular bank is Bank of America. So I had like about four charges. One for three of them consistently for 162 or $65, and then the last one came out of California. But this is what I do know for sure. That's the only one that gave me something, but that wasn't from Western Union. That was DoorDash. So there were four charges though altogether in 1 month, within like back to back, days after day. So whomever it is that used my account, eventually, I would get the money back from the bank. And of course, they're still investigating. They take 90 days to get back to you, but they do give you back your money while they're doing the investigation, until they're done the investigation. I guess if they find that you are lying, you are the person who are lying, then they take that money back up. But if it turns out to be true, or true, then of course the money's already credited, and the case is closed. So anyways, I did get back the monies, so that's not an issue. However, the bank of itself refuses to pay anything to Western Union at this point, because they're still investigating those three Western Union charges. So I can't send anything, because every time I tried sending just the other day a couple of dollars for someone, a family member, and I couldn't send it because it rejected it. I tried sending $1,500 prior to that. and I couldn't send that either. But that was to the lumber yard. Now that was when I found out that they weren't sending it at all. But I forgot that the lady who I had spoken with on the phone with Bank of America when I first filed a complaint about the charges, she did tell me that they were going to stop any kind of transaction from that particular company. So I'm blocked from Western Union. I can go, however, which is what I just literally honestly figured out this yesterday because I do everything on my phone app. I can go, well, I'm thinking I can. I better be able to. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I can actually go to the Western Union location. Like, I can go to, well, Walmart, I think is MoneyGram, but I can go to any Western Union location with the cash. The problem is, though, is that I have to go to the bank to get the money. The problem with going to the bank to get the money is that you can't take out so much money all at one time. So now I would have to go day one, take out this amount, day two, because I don't know how many of us know. As long as you live here in the U.S., they usually give you, I think, $1,000 a day. I mean, Bank of America give you $1,000 a day, and I think other banks may limit you to 500. I don't know if any bank does that these days, but anyway, at least $1,000 is what you can get. So I would have to like plan my schedule to go to the bank at least 2 days in a row where I can get the amount of money that I need to send to the lumber yard. Now, with that said, is that I just figured that out. Like literally, I don't know because I'm so busy doing so many things. I'm not even thinking like ahead in terms of that. Like, oh, wait a minute, I could just go to the bank, get the money, and because I'm so accustomed to doing everything with my app. So because I jump on my phone, I get on the app, put my number, put person name, information, or just resend or whatever it is. So that's what I usually do. So that's with Western Union. So now I figured I can get that done. Anyhow, with MoneyGram, what I want to go back to really quickly is that they completely blocked me from sending any money to that particular establishment. They don't want to give the company any money because they say that it's too much money, and they're not that type of business to do that type of that amount of money come through. Like literally, where in the world do you hear that? Like you are a MoneyGram location. You're not supposed to just be constrained to giving people $50 or $100. If someone sends or pays $150 to send 15, 16, 1,700, that's what you're supposed to have to give to the person who's receiving it. Whether or not you have money on hands, that's your problem, right? I mean, literally, you should have that kind of plan set up because everybody don't just send $50 or $100. There are people who do business and do want to send. So I am just griping with these people, like, how dare them? So I've been held up with my project for the past 3 weeks, not being able to use Western Union because it's blocked by my bank. Just figuring out yesterday, I can just go get the money and just send it. And then also MoneyGram. But also, I've been busy with other projects too. So, I don't know that it's completely, because if I thought about Western Union, MoneyGram is out of the picture, period. But if I thought about Western Union and how to handle it, I would have done it like about 2 weeks ago because my contract is just sitting around waiting on me to send the money. And I'm like, listen, bro, I have the money to send. The problem is that I can't get it to you. I can't get it to the lumber yard because they're blocking me everywhere I go. All right, because my bank don't want to release it to Western Union, and MoneyGram don't want to give these people any more money. So what do I do? But it's weird because I can still send MoneyGram to other people. I just sent $50 today to a younger cousin of mine. He's 19 years old. He wanted to buy something for his room. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So they'll take little money like that. But if you want to send big money, and if I send like the big money to that particular people sets of persons that have been collecting the money towards my job, it will be a problem. So, but it's really really sad to me that a place like MoneyGram, who has billions and billions of dollars, who has investors, who has all that, it doesn't matter which country you're in. We shouldn't be told that, oh yeah, they don't have the money available to give the recipients over in whatever country it is. Once you've paid your service fee, there is no way we should hear that monies isn't available and we're not going to give you any money from here on. That is just ridiculous. And so I am not feeling that right now. And I don't feel like I don't want to go to the bank. This is the see, we live in a world of convenience, right? And why do I need to go to the bank 2 days in a row to get money so that way I can just send over to my contractor? Why can't I just get on my phone, crack that hat, do what I got to do, and get it done? Easy peasy, right? That's the way I want things to be. I don't need to, because Guyana shouldn't be putting their restraints on people. Like, listen, we don't all live in this world where you just control us all and tell us, okay, you don't have this. It's like, listen, this is a real country, and you got to do things according to how progressive minded people think. Like, this whole restraint about, because if they were open, it's one thing with the Western Union situation, where my bank actually is doing their part in protecting my identity and protecting me as a customer, but MoneyGram has no reason in the world not to work for me at this time. And so I'm not feeling them. And I probably will file a complaint just so that I can get on their butts about the realities that their agents in Guyana or in these countries are telling customers that that's not the type of business that they run, that they shouldn't be sending big money. Like, what the hell are you concerned about what kind of money is sent? Just give the people the money, the recipient the money. That's all that matters. I've paid 130 to 140, $150 to send that money to my contractor, or to my lumber yard. Your concern shouldn't be about how much money they're collecting and what project they have. I mean, even if you're asking that for, say, security reason or money laundering reason, that's fine. But don't tell them now that they told you that it's for a project, that it's for a business, that, oh, well, they're not supposed to be sending money for that. What? Man, listen, I don't know what's wrong with these people, because they just really, really get on my nerve with these kind of ridiculous kind of implementation of rules and laws. And I think it doesn't even, rules, I should say. And it doesn't even go like standard rules. It seems like whomever it is that decides that this day, this is what they're going to say or feel. That's what they tell you. And before you know it, it becomes golden, that everybody else is following the same suite. Like, okay, well, this is what this person says, so therefore it's the rule in the workplace. Like, can we have a standard rule? And if I was there, where if I had gone into the location, I would have certainly asked to speak to a manager, because I want to know what rule in Western Union says that, I mean, in MoneyGram says that someone shouldn't be sending 15, 16, $2,000. I have never heard that before. So, I mean, once you, if MoneyGram had a problem with me sending that money, that problem would have been, from the time I clicked that button, it would have said to me on my app, you're not allowed because whatever it's the laws, whatever it is. That doesn't happen. They took my hundred and something dollars. So now that they've taken it, don't ask my collector or my recipient, what it is that they're doing, and when they tell you, you insist that they can't come back to your establishment anymore to collect money, because you're not that type of, MoneyGram isn't that type of business. Man, y'all know I'm kind of not happy just by this. But anyways, since I figured out, forethought, since I figured out, okay, you know what, I can just go get the money through Western Union, through from my bank, since my bank is blocking me until the investigation closes, that 90-day comes, because of the charges that were done, against my knowing. Then what I'll do is just go ahead. I'll just have to take 2 days, maybe tomorrow and Thursday, go get those monies, and then I guess Thursday I can send the money out. I would have to go to an actual location, which isn't my favorite thing to do. I don't like being outside. These days with these psycho people in Florida, I swear they're crazy. They're all crazy. So if I go out to exercise and do what I got to do, I just go do what I have to do. I go food shopping. I do little things, and then I come back in, because they're crazy. They're crazy. I swear, the whole damn world is crazy, and so I try to stay inside and stay away from people. Anyway, but that's my little gripe for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And, listen, if y'all in Guyana, go to them MoneyGram people and tell them that people are complaining about their stupid policy, because those kind of things don't really give people any motivation to use, services like that, because MoneyGram here is losing money because of the fact that people like that put restraints around their actual business model, and stop changing business models to suit yourself, because that is not cool. All righty. Thank you guys so much again. I'm gonna end. I actually am gonna go do a table. I have a client whose wedding is coming up, and I think I told you guys I do decor and all that wonderful stuff that makes me really happy. My passion project, and so I'm gonna go do a table, what is called a table run or a tablescape, for her, and so that way she can see this is for the bride. But I'm gonna do her guest table today. So I'm excited to go do something fun, play some music, and just have some fun and doing tablescape. Alrighty, guys, enjoy your day, and thanks again for tuning in. Bye bye.